All right, so we are going to continue our series on 2025 free agent guards. We've looked at 15 free agent guards so far, and you can see that the top 10 in my rankings are up, and that those rankings are for the Miami Dolphins. And that's important because it may not be how I view those players overall, but it's how I feel that they can fit into the Dolphins' existing scheme while also providing some help in some of the areas that they struggled last year. Uh, the easy thing to do here is to say that any of these new guards are going to be better than what we put out there in 2024, and maybe that's true. But it's still something that I think should be looked at before we just go with what may be the popular opinion. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the guards for the 2024 Dolphins, and these clips are going to include Liam Eichenberg, Rob Jones, and Isaiah Wynn. As a reminder of how we do this, the plays are going to be short yardage run plays, so that's going to be 1 to 2 yards to go. And the thought process behind there is that if a player can do well in these high pressure short yardage run situations, that usually carries over to the more neutral run situations and even the pass blocking. The technique and the fundamentals needed in short yardage run plays can help in pass blocking as well. These aren't going to be all good or bad. I just tried to pull some that I felt were worth talking about. So, for example, if neither guard had an impact on the play, I didn't include those. The order is going to kind of be all over the place. I thought it was in chronological order, but looking at these clips, must have got mixed up when I was converting them, but that's not really, you know, here or there. And then since we are talking about guys that are on our roster, I like to dig a little deeper here. So this is going to be more similar to the videos that I did on the Senior Bowl, American, and National offensive lines. And the format's going to be a little more raw and just talking through what I'm looking at on each of these plays. So here we got the Jaguars. Just going to be a dive, right? Kind of inside zone blocking there. And left side was fine. Right side, where the point of attack is there. Eichenberg's doing a good job getting to the front side, the far shoulder there, but would like to see that catch hand be a little more dominant and not let that defender slide off on the backside. In the end, just the effort to get to the front side gets that defender going horizontally enough to give him room to get in, but can definitely be better. Next one against the Jets, so we got Wynn and Jones in here. This was obviously one of the games where Tua wasn't playing. All right, so now we're getting more inside zone look here, right, to the left side. So more focused on Rob Jones here. We get a good seal block by Wynn on the backside. So Jones on the front side, when we talk about this inside zone stuff, we'd really like to see more vertical push on that. Stay on that block a little longer, let Brewer engage a little better before sliding off to that linebacker. So really need to have a better rep from Jones on the front side there of this one. Now we got the Browns. Again, we got Wynn and Jones in on this play. So getting some duo action there. So backside's fine, right? Jones is just sealing his guy to the outside. Front side, looking at Isaiah Wynn, going to have a combo block here. And you can see that they're working to the backside linebacker there. So good job on the front side of this. Brewer's just giving a little shoulder help, knowing that this is the angle he's taking. Gets that defender up and lets Wynn kind of root him out of there. So good rep there all around. Now we got the Niners with Jones and Wynn again. All right, so getting that inside zone dive look. Front side here, so you can see that Wynn starts on the inside and then really tries to twist and torque around to the outside. Um, don't really like that. I mean, I get what he's trying to do. That, you know, he wants us to look like outside zone, so he's trying to get that outside leverage. But when he meets this defender on the inside, I think that we'd really rather see him just stay to the inside and drive him out, right? Especially with the dive going there. And then on the backside, we got the combo between Jones and Brewer. Good job there. Again, Brewer just getting the shoulder in there to stand that defender up, and then Jones creating movement on the backside for the cutback. Next play here, got another one against the Niners. Looks like inside zone again. And good job on the front side here, right? Again, you got a combo with Eichenberg and Brewer. Eichenberg's in good position there. Brewer spills him over and then gets to the linebacker. Backside of that, not a great job by Jones there, but could be a lot worse too, right? He's blocking, trying to get across the face of that defender, right? Because it's inside zone to the right. That defender's slanting inside, so we'd like to see the head in front there, but just the fact that he's able to move him a little bit, creates the opportunity for Achane to cut that back and convert. Wynn and Jones against the 49ers again. So inside zone, right? Combo on the front side. And again, would like to see this combo last a little bit longer. They don't really get that front side movement. But, the combo block is going to Warner on the backside here. Probably the leverage by Jones shouldn't have been quite as far outside, knowing where that combo was going, right? But not a bad job there. And then backside of it, you got Wynn and Lamb, and that's a really good combo there, right? So they're trying to split that defender. You can see how they're nice and tight, right? They're climbing to 53. They've both got eyes on that linebacker. So as they're getting to that next level, right, now Wynn is going to try to press that inside. You can see he does a good job of, spilling him over with the help of Lamb. And then Lamb climbs that next linebacker. So good job on the backside of that. Texans, we got Eichenberg and Jones. All right, now we're getting the outside zone look here. Good job by Jones on the front side. Got this 4-eye technique. Right, technically it's a a bit of a combo block there with Paul, but as you can see, the defender slants away. Jones takes that step to cut off, sees the cutback, or sees the slant to the backside, and just cuts him off. Backside, same idea, right? Eichenberg's trying to get across and win this block. He gets there now, and the defender is slanting to the backside, so it's just a simple turn and seal. Jones and Eichenberg. Inside zone to the right. All right, nice combo there between Eichenberg and Brewer, creating movement. Right, and this is a good job. We talked about earlier about leaving this double team early, climbing to that linebacker, and this time they both do a good job of, that linebacker is never in a position to threaten the run, so they stay on the combo block and just run him into the linebacker. Backside here, would really like to see Jones, right, Doesn't start out in great position. Right, his first steps, that defender's slanting inside a little bit, so he doesn't get a good fit into there. Now, when that doesn't happen, you really like to see him just accelerate and wash him down to create a cutback lane. But both him and Patrick Paul, more so try to hold those defenders, and ends up clogging up what could have opened up a bit of a cutback lane there. Against the Texans again. All right, more inside zone. Same idea here, getting that nice combo block between Brewer and Eichenberg. Would like to see Eichenberg with a little better balance there to be able to finish that. Good initial movement there, right? But you can just see that the feet are a little all over the place for Eichenberg there and not able to finish it. In this case, you can see that Jones does a better job of working across that defender and getting into a good seal position to allow that conversion. Now we're against the Jets, getting that duo action. So backside combo, like the way that worked out here. Obviously, would like to get more movement there from this combo block, but felt like they did a good job of not leaving early. Right, Jones isn't leaving early to leave Brewer on an island, and then a solid job on the backside by Eichenberg here. Right, he gets that inside position, and for that defender to fight off the block, he would have had to fight over top. And had we not got Jonnu Smith missing the block completely on the backside there, right, you can see if there's a little crease there that would have at least gotten a conversion on that play. Next one against the Jets. So that's going to be inside zone to the left. And so on this, we're getting the combo block between Jones and Brewer. And you can see that defender is leaving, so Jones isn't wasting his time there. He's climbing and sealing that linebacker. Good job there. And then you got the same thing on the backside here that that defender leaves. Eichenberg does a good job keeping his shoulders square and not turning into that defender, which allows him to climb and seal to the next level. So that was good rep by both guards. You watch them both here as defenders slanting away, both doing a good job of keeping those shoulders square and not turning to that defender slanting away before they're climbing to those linebackers. Now we're getting duo action. And the way that the Jets had it stacked up here, it's basically 1v1 on the front side here. You can see that Jones gets some good vertical push there, right? Heels are starting on the goal line for the defender, and you can see that when the play ends, right, they are in the end zone. And then backside here, getting the combo block between Brewer and Eichenberg, also getting pretty good movement there. Right, that defender swipes over the top. Right, would like to see Brewer climb a little cleaner, but that's essentially the way you want to see that block finish. Again here. All right, now we're getting a bit of a counteraction is the blocking scheme that we're getting here. Right, so they're all blocking down. This one, I remember reviewing this one during the weekly review, and everybody's supposed to be blocking down here, right? Julian Hill's down, Kendall Lamb's down, Liam Eichenberg should be blocking down to Brewer's guy, right? So they kind of try to help everybody on the way there, right? Brewer's going to chip a little bit of that guy, Eichenberg chipping a little bit of that guy, but Eichenberg never really gets off the ball. you know, first steps are okay, but then he gets driven back that step instead of being able to continue over to take over that guy that Brewer has. The consequence of that is obviously that one, Rob Jones trips over Eichenberg's leg, but also that Eichenberg is not able to get to the backside and get to number 95 there. Um, so don't think it was necessarily the missed block on the backside that I would ding Eichenberg for here. It was more so that, on the third step there, ending up in the backfield and tripping up Jones on the way around. Against the Packers, right? So outside zone, right? Good job by Eichenberg there. Um, it's a bit of a combo block between him and Brewer. Now, Brewer can't end up on the ground there. This linebacker is coming to the inside, so Brewer should be sliding off to seal him as well. And really, we should have had a lane that was opening right inside there, but with that linebacker, that's not going to happen. Backside of it, really good job by Jones there, right? He got a one or a two eye technique here, got a win across his face right away, and that's exactly what Jones does, and then flips his hips around and seals. So that's a really good job on the backside. More against the Packers here. So we're getting duo action here with some split flow action. So on the front side of it, we're getting the combo there. Not a great job between Armstead. Is it Armstead? Yeah, Armstead and Jones here, right? Would like to see them hit that a little more square so that they can get to number 7 on their combo block there. But you can see that 7 goes over the top. Armstead is committed too far in. And Jones, he gets held, but he wasn't going to make it there anyways. So, not a great job by either of those guys. And then on the back side of it, right, looks like they're just trying to basically solo block that. Eichenberg is just blocking back here to number 29. Kind of makes you wonder whether it should have been a combo block up to 58 here, and maybe a miscommunication because 58 was not accounted for and ends up making the play. But what Eichenberg did was fine. It's just a matter of whether that was what he was supposed to do. Now we've got the Raiders. All right, getting more outside zone action. All right, so we got Jones here, a little late off the snap there, right? You can see that when the ball snapped, everybody else is, well, the right side of the line seems to be further off the ball than the left side. Both those guys were a little slow. And that prevents Jones from being able to get around on number 69 there on what, could have scored there had they been able to execute that block. That would have opened up right there for a walk-in touchdown. Backside of this, right now we're just getting another combo block. Pretty good job there by Eichenberg of giving Lamb enough help before trying to get to his linebacker. Raiders again. Outside zone. And guards were fine on this, right? So getting out to this 4-eye, 3 technique, whatever you want to call them there. Jones is getting to that far side right away. That defensive tackle wants to submarine it. So that's fine. Just snap him down and finish on top. And then backside of that, again, getting cut off with, backside combo with Brewer and Eichenberg. Um, but you can see that they do a pretty good job of identifying that safety walking up, but Eichenberg's a little late sliding off. That's a tough thing to recognize, so I wouldn't knock him too much on that. All right, now we got the Bills. All right, so getting that duo action again. Good job on the front side on the combo block. Shoulder to shoulder, create the movement, and then Brewer slides off late. So good job on the front side of that. Pretty good job on the back side. You got that 3 technique that you're um, just trying to seal off. Eichenberg gives up a little bit of ground there, especially towards the end, but overall, that's certainly good enough to get by with. All right, now getting outside zone to the left. I like what Jones does here, right? Got that 3 technique defensive tackle, wins that outside position right away. You can see he steps on Tehran's foot there. So he's not able to get, it looks like he's trying to get into a seal position, not able to get into that seal position because of stepping on the foot. So, continues to vertically press there. And you can see that, he slides off at the end there, but when, you talk about trying to adjust to that on the run, he did enough here to allow that to convert. And then backside, not a bad job by Eichenberg here of winning all the way across, getting his hips around. Would like to see him anchor a little better than that, but could certainly have better or worse reps than what you did there. All right, I hope you guys are hanging in there. We're probably about halfway through what we're going to be looking at. So, not even going to look at that one because the video got messed up. Get an inside zone here. So front side combo block. Another scenario where, Jones has no business leaving that block, right? They're squared up here. That linebacker's going to the inside, so Jones should really be continuing that vertical push, and it should be Brewer falling off at the end of that combo block. So it could certainly be better there. Backside is a better rep, right? Combo block again, shoulder to shoulder, creating that vertical push. Jackson should be the one staying on that block a little more than what he does, but Eichenberg doing a good job late. I know he ends up on his butt, but good job creating some vertical push and then sliding off onto the linebacker. All right, inside zone look there, I think. Front side, another example of, where they really got to stay on that combo block probably a little bit longer. That linebacker being all the way out there, it's not hard to fall off that block and to seal him to the outside. So would like to see Eichenberg giving Brewer a little more help there. Backside combo. Better job there. You can see that both of them are staying engaged in the first level defender, and that's carrying them into the linebacker. Got the Cardinals now. So we got that inside zone look, dive to the fullback. Again, these are short yardage plays. So even though on this front side combo, Eichenberg is late getting off of there. As far back as they're starting, that first level movement is the most important thing here, right? And you'd expect a fullback to be able to win that rep when you're talking 1 to 2 yards. The backside of it, where it looked like they all decided they were just going to go 1v1 here because there really wasn't an attempt at a combo block. So, pretty good job there by Jones of sifting through some traffic and getting up to seal that linebacker. All right, got that duo look again going, line stepping left, handoffs going to the right. So that's duo. And not really getting much of a combo block there. Looks again as we have a linebacker unaccounted for, being number 7. Or no, 43 is the unaccounted for linebacker because Smythe, with this motion, is climbing to number 7. He's accounted for, and Brewer's flying to the backside. So we have 2 blockers in the middle here with 3 defenders. Not an ideal world to live in, but you get Eichenberg squaring up that defender and getting okay position. Right, his feet are still on the goal line, so that's going to give the back an opportunity to make him right. So not a bad block there. And then you can see that on the backside combo there, right, that Jones gets into good position. He's sealing him to the outside, gets little help from Brewer there as well. So good rep from Jones on that. All right, got the Colts here. All right, another duo look. And, this one was mostly on Austin Jackson, I think. Unless they were all looking to block down and Julian Hill should have been blocking down more. It's definitely one of these two that are at fault for this one getting blown up. From the guard's perspective here, again, everybody's blocking down there. You get those two switching positions, on the stunt. So Brewer and Eichenberg actually do a solid job. Well, Eichenberg does a solid job of passing that off. Brewer ends up on the ground. And then on the backside of it, just getting okay seals there, nothing special. All right, more duo action on the backside. All right, got the combo block there. I don't like how early Jones was trying to leave that block. I mean, he was getting held, so the defender kind of puts himself in a bad position there. And, Jones isn't able to leave for number 44 until all the way at the end. So I'd like to see Jones stay on that a little longer. The other combo block, Eichenberg and Brewer, not getting a ton of movement there. Would like to see, Brewer being able to create more movement from the side there. I mean, you're hitting the guy in the hip and not really moving him that far. And as far as Eichenberg, just having better balance there so that as that linebacker is sliding to the inside, that Eichenberg is able to maintain better contact there. Now we're getting outside zone to the right. And, looks like they kind of did away with the combo blocks on this. Right? You got Jackson and Brewer both climbing right away. Both of the guards are just sealing. And you can see that Jones does a better job of cutting off his defender, kind of similar leverages, and Jones is able to get across right away, wheel around, and seal. And Eichenberg on the other side, you can see he takes a little longer to wheel around and not able to anchor as well. Ends up in an okay position, but because of the the vertical pursuit there by the defender, ends up tripping. But again, not the worst block, but definitely not what we'd like to see. All right, we got outside zone here. So on this one, right, and I think that what we're seeing here, right, as this goes through, you can see Armstead is going to pat his inside. I think he's telling Mostert, like, look to cut this back, right? I think that's telling him that, you know, that Armstead really isn't going to try to get to the outside of that defender. Just a neat little nugget to pick up there. Um, Unfortunately, I don't think that Mostert saw it that way because he was trying to look to the outside early. But in terms of the blocks here, right, both Armstead and Jones are sealing their guys to the outside. So this should have been a cutback read in there. You see Ingold read it the way that I see it, but we didn't get great movement from Brewer or Eichenberg, and those are tough blocks. I mean, you got a linebacker that's walking up and timing the snap. Tough block for Brewer, and even tougher for Eichenberg. Now that that linebacker is blitzing, Eichenberg's not getting any help here on that zero tech. So I mean, just getting him to the ground was probably a solid job there. Just not a good situation in terms of the blocking assignments that were available. Simple quarterback sneak uh, included because I like the drive that we got from Brewer and Jones on that. The one quarterback sneak they ran the entire season. All right, we got Patriots here, so it's going to be duo again. All right, so again, you got, looks like confusion on where the combos are going, right? Because you have both Julian Hill and Rob Jones climbing number 50, unless Rob Jones was going to 21 in the way that he bailed out, just told him not even to bother with that. But regardless, right, I'd like to see Jones do a lot more at the first level there than what he did. Kind of left Armstead on his own. Armstead handles business, but would like to see a little more vertical push on the front side of duo. On the back side here, right, just solo blocking. Eichenberg doing an okay job of sealing there. Got Titans film now, so that's going to be basically counter action, right? So this is quarterback counter. So Eichenberg down blocking, can see that I don't know why he's sliding off, right? He doesn't have anybody else as an immediate threat to the inside there. So I wouldn't say it's a great job by him there, kind of falling off that block. And then we got Jones pulling around the edge here, and he's really got to be able to slow down a little better. Peeking over here, should be able to see that Jackson's not blocking that guy down. So really, Jones should be logging, turning this guy in with Jonnu being able to lead up through the guy that Jones hits. Ends up scoring, but not the cleanest rep there. And then we get long trap here. And again, so front side is blocking down. And you can see that Eichenberg's helping with that before getting a little piece of that one technique over there, right? Because Brewer's working to the backside to help Paul. And then Jones is pulling, looking to kick out that end. Not a great angle on that. And this is tough, right? He's squeezing it. And I guess that, Jones does an okay job logging that. Would like to see him give a little more in terms of trying to kick him out, getting a better angle, right? You can see that he is basically running horizontal. And really, when we see the trap blocks, you saw a good one from Seven Eye if you watch the Senior Bowl breakdowns, where it really you want to see these guards climbing into that line of scrimmage, being able to get his head to the inside and hit with the right shoulder. Um, so that one is what it is. I promise we're down to the backstretch. Got about 10 more to get through. All right, so we're getting that same play, right? And, well, not the same play. You get the same blocking scheme, right? It's a read option. Really felt like Huntley should have kept that and maybe even tried to, right? But you're getting down blocking with a kick out, so the guards are pretty solid on that one. So that, let's see, looks like duo. Kind of a odd backfield action there. Maybe had to do with the high snap. Another situation where a linebacker is not accounted for. Nobody is going to number 0. Maybe that was supposed to be Jackson here, who's stumbling as he gets off the ball. Um, so, I mean, if the combo is Jackson and Hill up to 0, and then Brewer and Jones back to 48, that leaves Eichenberg solo. And so he gets off the ball decent, but you can see that as he turns, right, he overcommits too much. He's not able to flip his hips. From that point, he should just be, flipping his butt around and sealing that defender to the outside, but that's not able to happen. Backside on the combo here between Brewer and Jones. Um, not not the cleanest release by Jones when that defender slants to the inside. Part of that might have been Lamb hopping all the way to the inside to seal a defender that's way outside of him. But overall, just not the cleanest rep on the backside of that either. All right, we're just getting basically a fullback dive here, and got to get more movement on the front side here. We are double teaming number 55 with Austin Jackson and Liam Eichenberg. Um, and they eventually get the movement, but really would prefer to see that pop from the beginning. Backside combo block. I guess it wasn't really a combo because Brewer had to get over to number 90, and Jones is not able to get the head across on 97. Right, so got to be a little quicker out of the stance on that. Again against the Seahawks here. So we're getting inside zone to the left. So solo block there. And he starts out in good position. Jones does here, right? Got to get that hand underneath because that defender is able to stack and shed him from there. But starts out in good position. And then Eichenberg actually does a good job on the combo block there, right? Of being in position to help Brewer, right? Staying nice and long, and then getting to the next level. Easy conversion on that one. Get an inside zone look here with the fullback handoff. So getting a combo block between Eichenberg and Brewer. And that combo is going to be up to this linebacker here. And so, solid movement there. Uh, the problem with this is that, that concept is going to leave Jones on the backside here trying to cut off that one technique, and that's a really tough ask for him. You can see that as he gets out of his stance there, just not quick enough to get across and get any kind of vertical movement there that would have converted this one for a first down. All right, got the Bills now. A little duo action again. Would like to see Eichenberg fit in there a little better and then work up. Same thing. Well, we're not even going to talk about Lester Cotton. But so Eichenberg on the front side there, right? Would just like to see him fit in there a little bit better, and that would probably help him with getting knocked off balance and off track there, climbing to the linebacker as well. Just, we got Eichenberg and Jones here. So that's that inside zone action to the fullback. Good job by Jones of climbing and sealing that linebacker. And then, so on the backside here, that's going to be Eichenberg trying to climb to the linebacker who makes the tackle, and just isn't able to get out of there quick enough for Ed Oliver not to knock him off balance. 3 more to go. Hang in there. All right, so now we're getting, that trap action to the other side. And, right, good job by Jones getting down there, getting attached to a linebacker. Like the angle that Eichenberg is taking to see what I talked about before with climbing into the line of scrimmage, right? He's not just running down. And I mean, he's got a better angle here. There's plenty of space to work with. But he gets in there with that left shoulder and able to get a good kick out block there. All right, inside zone action here to the fullback. They end up basically going solo on the front side, letting Brewer block number 92 and Eichenberg climbing to 43. Not a huge fan of that, but that looks to be what they called on the front side there. And then again on the backside here, Jones just leaving too early, right? There's no reason to leave that early, and that kind of leaves Armstead in not a great position. And then last play that we have here to look at. So that's going to be duo because we're stepping to the left and giving it to that fullback on the back side there. So we're getting Eichenberg and Brewer. Good movement on the front side there. And then backside just kind of a solo seal by Jones. And, an okay job there as well. All right, you made it through. So, like I said, the purpose of doing that was to go back and think about some of the things that we've said about some of these other guards and decide where they fall in here. And, Eichenberg is not the worst guard in the league. I'm not going to hear that. He's going to be a good backup guard or interior offensive lineman for somebody that can contribute in spot duty. But he's not on this top 10 list for sure. So any of these guards on this top 10 list would be an upgrade over Eichenberg. You just consistently see the lack of power, the lack of balance gets him into trouble sometimes, and you don't see the dominant reps to offset it. So talking about Rob Jones, right? I think that he's closer to this top 10, but if you gave me these 10 guards and told me that I could have one of them for the same price over Rob Jones, then I'm still going to take the guards on this list. I do think that Jones shows some more flashes in terms of being able to create some short area movement. He also, um, is able to show some short area quickness, right? He's not great in open field, but when he is either trying to get position and wall off a one technique or a three technique to the inside or the outside, show some good short area quickness. So I think there's still, maybe something there with Jones. I wouldn't hate seeing them pick up another guard, especially if it's one of these top guys, and then having Jones on the other side could certainly do worse than that. But I would take any of these guys over Jones. And then you have Isaiah Wynn. Um, Wynn showed a lot of good reps. I think that the I don't want to say experience in the scheme because he has experience in the scheme, but knocking the rust off, never really had a chance to do that last year. If he did, I think he's probably somewhere in this bottom three or four in terms of guys that I'd want. But the caveat with Wynn, of course, is always how long is he going to be in the lineup. So we're going to continue to talk about the guards, but looking at the list compared to what we have right now, if you were able to tell me that we were going to get one of these guys to play one side for sure, and then the other side was going to be a combination of Isaiah Wynn as the lead candidate with Rob Jones as the alternate, and then also still bringing in somebody at the draft as well, then I think that you're setting yourself up for a pretty solid group of guards with that strategy. But we'll probably continue to do more on this series and talk through it more. So I know we're over 45 minutes on this video. There was a lot of me talking. If you stayed through all of that, I really appreciate it. And as always, if you have comments to add, feel free to leave them below, and we'll talk again soon.